Hi, this is Roquita Johnson with Roquita Johnson Public Speaking, here with today's public speaking tip. Silence is golden, says the old adage, meaning sometimes it is better to say nothing. And this is also true when it comes to giving a speech, believe it or not. Silence or purposeful pauses are a great delivery tool when giving your speech. Here are 4 times when you'll want to use periods of silence. Number 1, at the beginning of your speech. What do most speakers do as soon as they hit the stage? They start talking. And while this isn't a bad thing, of course, sometimes using silence is just as good, if not better, than to start talking right away. Think about it. If you were sitting in an audience and the speaker approached the stage and said, "Not a word," your curiosity would be piqued at the very least. You'd wonder what they were going to say next. Using silence at the beginning of your speech is a very effective method for commanding your audience's attention because they won't be expecting it. Number 2, before and after you make an important point. Now this serves 2 purposes. Pausing before builds the anticipation and the drama for what you're about to say. And pausing after allows the audience time to absorb and retain the information a little better. Number 3, after you ask a rhetorical question or a question you want a response to. Anytime you pose a question to the audience, you should always allow a few moments for them to actually think about their answer. What do most speakers do? They ask their question and then continue on with their train of thought. Now, a rhetorical question is just the opposite. You're not actually expecting a response. You're more so just trying to make a point to the audience. But no matter the type of question that you use, it's good practice to follow up with a slight pause to give the audience time to think of their answer. Number 4, when you transition from one point to another. Anytime you give a speech where you're covering several major points, you always want to pause in between each point. This will allow the audience time to digest and reflect on the information that you've just given. And this also is the same for when you're going from one part of your speech to another. For example, when you're going from the beginning to the body and the body to the conclusion, you always want to pace yourself. It might seem uncomfortable at first using silence at the beginning, middle, or any point of your speech. But after you do it a few times, you'll start to understand why it is such a powerful delivery tool and how it positively affects your speech. Sometimes saying nothing is more powerful than talking. This is Roquita Johnson with today's public speaking tip.